Hello and welcome back to another Friday class with me, Gisela. This week we are slowing our class right down. Now, I thought about this because I have been working really hard in the garden this week, and a number of you out there will probably have the same complaint, lower back pain. Now, I myself have osteoarthritis in my lower back. I have scoliosis, I have degenerative disc. So I've been over flexing my back this week, and our lower backs are curved. So our back actually appreciates extension, not too much, just the right amount, more than it does constant forward folding, because we're taking it out of its natural state. So I was inspired this week. So I thought, it's not just me, I know loads of people who suffer with low back pain. So I thought this week we would slow it down, we'll do restorative, and also by doing restorative, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system. And when we activate our parasympathetic nervous system, this allows our body to heal. It also gives our body time to improve cognition and circulation. This practice is more than just rest, it is yoga therapy. Now, of course, we do this when we sleep, so that's why sleep is so important. But if you're like me, and not only have I got all this chronic back conditions, I'm also perimenopausal, so sleep is a luxury. So sometimes in the week, I get to a point where I feel so tired that to get on my mat and move is really hard. So I think I'll just do a 10-minute yoga nidra, or I'll just lie on my mat and I'll stretch, or I'll just hold one pose. And after that, I feel far more rejuvenated, far more energetic than I did before I got onto the mat. I know it doesn't seem to make sense, but it does. In the description today, I'm going to just put a medical study in there that shows the benefits of restorative yoga and low back pain. But for today's practice, when we come to do the restorative positions, I will not be talking, because it's really important that you just completely let go, release, and just relax. We'll be holding the poses for 3 to 5 minutes, depending on time, because I want to keep this week's practice short. So I would suggest having a lovely blanket. I've got a thick blanket on top of my yoga mat underneath you for warmth, and when you rest your arms, they're not just hanging on a cold floor. I've got a pillow for my head, a cushion just in case I need to put them under my feet, a blanket if I get cold, and 2 yoga bolsters. If you don't have yoga bolsters, don't worry about it. Maybe have 4 pillows, because perhaps your pillows are a bit soft, whereas yoga bolsters are a bit firm. So just maybe 2 to 4 pillows, okay? Might have too much, but it's always best to have too much than too little. If you do not enjoy the quiet, then perhaps you want to put on a bit of music. I'm not putting music on here, just in case you don't like my taste in music. So perhaps you just put on a lovely calming background, something that will help you relax, as well as the positions we will be in today. So we're going to start off with 3 great back bending practices that I absolutely love, and this really just helps give me relief when my back's playing up. Okay, so before we start, I'll let you go get all your bits and pieces, and I'll see you back on your mat. We'll start off with these 3 more active but slow practices before we go into our restorative. If you're wondering why I've got a big hole in my blanket, it's actually because it's a camel blanket. So the hole is for a camel's hump. Anyway, getting a bit off track, I'm going to actually put a thin blanket over the camel hump spot, just so it feels a little bit thicker. Okay. But camel blankets make really good, thick yoga blankets as well. Okay, so first position, Sphinx position. If you have a pillow handy, perhaps place it to the top of your mat. So you might want to rest your head in Sphinx. So slowly come you're on your knees and your forearms come onto your belly, and we're coming into Sphinx. Now, Sphinx, usually elbows under your shoulder. If this feels like too much of a back extension, just slide your elbows forward a little bit so you get more of your tummy on the floor. Explore what feels good, what doesn't feel good, because in yoga therapy, we don't push our body so that we feel pain. And this class shouldn't really require too much effort, okay? I've got a pillow here. It might actually be too low. I'm going to place it on top of my hands, and I'm just going to rest my head on the pillow, let my head hang. This way I feel a nice stretch in the back of my neck, or you may just prefer to look forward. So it's entirely up to you how you do your Sphinx. Relax your legs, relax your glutes. Try and relax your belly. And then option to let your head rest or just look forward, and we'll be here for 3 breaths. Gently lift your head if it was resting on a pillow. Slowly walk your elbows out to the side. Stack your hands on your forearms and rest your head on your hands. And we'll just take a moment. Maybe stretch your arms forward, have a nice big stretch. Next, we're going to come into a cobra flow. So place your hands under your shoulders. Take a breath in, come into low cobra. Keep your elbows into your ribs, low cobra. Look forward, not throwing our head up. Look forwards, squeeze your glutes a little bit, and then exhale, tap your nose to the floor. Inhale back up, and exhale, tapping nose to the floor. Couple more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one, inhale up, exhale down. And then just walk your hands forward, coming back to original Sphinx. Now we're going to do seal pose. Seal is quite a deep back extension. It's not for everybody. I can't do it for very long, but about 3 breaths is okay for me. So take your hands as wide as your mat would be. I'm gauging where my mat is at the moment. So I think shoulder width apart. That's easier. And walk your hands sort of a bit more forward, so you're already feeling your back bend, and then push so you can straighten your arms. I'm being generous with the length. If I walk my hands back in closer to my body, lift up more, that's too much for me and I'm actually uncomfortable. So I'm going to slide my hands forward, and this feels quite nice. So again, I invite you to explore which seal feels nice, which position. If this is too much, either go back to Sphinx or your cobra flow. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Soften around your face. Keep contact tops of your feet into the floor. If 3 is too much, maybe hold for 1. And then slowly, slowly, as you exhale, bring your forearms back to the floor. Stack your hands on top of your forearms. Bend your knees. And gently windshield wiper your legs. And then slowly tuck your toes under. Place your hands under your shoulders, push up into tabletop. And we're going to start with our first restorative position. Okay, first restorative is a supported bridge pose. So for this one, I'm going to have a bolster and a pillow for my head. I'm thinking that might be too high, so I'm going to go with a flatter pillow. So we have to play around a little bit when we do a restorative or any therapeutic class. So I'm going to take that. And then the easiest way to get into a supported bridge is gently come down on your forearms. Make sure that you feel nice and comfortable. I've got my hair very loosely in a bun, but if you've got anything tight, pull back. Maybe it'd be nice to just let your hair down so that you feel quite rested. And then from here, you lift your hips and slide your bolster underneath, and place the bolster in the flat part of your back, so your sacrum, okay, just at the top of your buttocks. So I feel my low back feels super supported. Now, a yoga bolster could be too high for you, so perhaps a softer pillow underneath your lower back. Just see how this feels. I feel like my head is too pushed up, so I'm actually going to release my pillow, loosen my hair a little bit, and that feels much better for me, not having a pillow under my head. So play around. My arms come down either side of my bolster. I'm just going to readjust. That feels kind of nice. And then keeping my knees bent. If you stretch your legs out, this might feel really good for you and you might be able to completely relax. For me to do this, super uncomfortable, so I'm not going to do it. In fact, it makes my back feel really uncomfortable and I start to feel pain. So I'm going to keep my knees bent. And then when you feel ready, take a deep breath in through your nostrils and maybe out through your mouth. And we'll be here in silence for about 3 minutes. Start to deepen your breath. And gently place your hands on your belly. To release your pillow or your bolster from under your back, gently lift your hips, slide your bolster or your pillow out from underneath you and slowly roll down. Slowly roll down onto your backs. This might be nice just to pull your knees into your chest, just for a moment. And then release feet to the floor, roll on to any side and gently make your way up to seated. Okay, from here we are going to go into recline butterfly. This one's a lovely one, stretches out your back, also your hips. It's very restful and this is quite nice to do. You can even do this in bed. It's really, really relaxing. So again, yoga bolster or 2 pillows perhaps. I'm going to try with a pillow under my head again. I'm going to take my yoga bolster and place it under my thighs, okay, under my thighs. So when I bring the soles of my feet together for butterfly, I'm completely supported here. Wriggle down a little bit further. So might have to adjust when we're down. Slowly come down. Want to make sure fully supported so your body isn't working at all when you're in these poses. So I feel completely supported, nice and warm surface underneath me. Pillow feels good. Release my hair a little bit. Great. So once you're comfortable, again, take a deep breath in through your nostrils. Exhale through your mouth. And we'll begin our 3 minutes here. Just allow your body to completely soften. Fully supported. No part of your body needs to work. Slowly come back to your breath. Place your hands on your tummy. And then just gently place your feet on the floor. Either roll out your bolster or just roll your pillow away from you. Gently turn onto one side and push down into the floor and come up to seated. Okay. And then from here, Shavasana, ultimate rest. So for Shavasana, I'm going to keep my Shavasana simple. I have a pillow for under my head and the bolster for under my knees. So gently coming down into your Shavasana. Now the recommended time for Shavasana is 10 minutes, but today we'll be here for about 3. And this is the ultimate. Let go, release, soften around your face, soften your jaw. Let the upper and lower rows of your teeth separate. Feel your tongue resting in the roof of your mouth. Soften around your forehead and the space between your eyebrows. Let your head relax, your neck, your shoulders. Your arms are heavy by your side. In your chest you feel space and softness, and your belly is relaxed. Soften around your hips, your legs and your feet. The back of your body is supported by the ground beneath you. Most important moment is now, present time. Nowhere to be, nothing to do, but be here, taking the time to just allow your body to rest and restore. And then once again, come back to your breath. Place your hands on your tummy. Feel your breath moving into your hands as you breathe in. And then away towards your spine as you breathe out. Bring some soft movement into your toes. And slowly once again bend your knees. Place them on top of your bolster or your pillows and gently push them away from you. Soles of your feet on the mat. Roll to one side. Just rest your head on your hands. And as you come up, maybe your eyes remain closed. Just find a comfortable seated position. Sitting up tall, resting your hands in your lap or on your knees. And just for a moment, just observe, see how you feel, if there's a shift. And then just bring your palms together at heart center. And thank your body for all it does for you, because it's listening, your body listens. We need to send our body positive, kind words. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining me for this practice. If there is anything you would like me to work on, if you are suffering from any specific health condition, by all means, you can send me a private message or pop a comment below and let me know what you would like to practice, and I'll see what I can do. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday.